learning how to paint. I did this as a very, very young child. And it was one of those things that I carried. It's like an energy, a drive, a pull towards drawing and painting. But I was the youngest child in the family. And if you've been the youngest child of the family, you'll know that all of the great stimulation and everything went all to the oldest child, maybe the second child, but by the time you came along, the parents were bored and tired and overwhelmed with too many children. So you go kind of left on the side to deal with it. You have to figure things yourself, right? And I could see in my family, the drive also existed. So there was paint, right? They actually used oil paints. In the house, there was material to do painting. There was canvas, there was paints, there was pencils, there were coloring pencils, there were what are those called? Watercolors. There was all these things. So what I did was I went to the oil paints and I pulled out some of the paint and I started squeezing it with my hands. And I started touching into it, and I was putting my ear in to hear it. How do I use you, right? How can I make you become what I want to see on the canvas? And then from that, I started using it. And I loved everything. I would smell the paint and I would smell the canvas. I would touch the canvas. And like the grainy part of it, like, because it's cloth, so it's like a little bit bumpy. And I would touch up and down on the bumpiness, and I would tap into the canvas and then listen to it, and I would hear what it wanted. And then the brushes, oh my God, I was obsessed. I became obsessed with all these brushes. And that obsession even carries on to today. I mean, I have so many brushes. I have collections of brushes for painting the house, for painting pictures, for painting my face and makeup, it's just brushes. Oh my God, they're so full of that energy, of creative energy, and wanting to express that they were infused when they were made, right? It was part of their nature. So yes, you can tap and learn from the actual objects, your tools that you're going to use for a certain skill. Right? It's like, and I also like tools in general. So Larry bought me a ton of electrical tools, and I tap into them and I feel them and I just get all this energy wanting to use them. How do I use these tools and on what and whatever's, And then he bought me a toolbox with screwdrivers, and he filled it with screwdrivers and hammer and all these other things. And you just feel it. The first thing is you pick it up and you feel it, right? And it almost guides you on how do you use a hammer. It's like it guides you. Okay, this is how you hold it, and this is how the weight goes. And if you hit it just this way, the nail goes in. But if you hit it that way, your nail's going to bend, and it just starts happening.
So it's connection.
You connect with your tools, with your materials, and your things, and that's going to accelerate your learning.